Hi everybody, it's Win. Hey guys, it's Daniel. Hi, it's Kim. Hello everyone, it is Lito. Hello everyone, it's Ed. Hi everybody, it's Kit. And welcome to another video by the Entropy System. Hi everybody, it's Win, and welcome to another video by the Entropy System. The message today, I'm not really sure how to concisely frame it, so I'm gonna kick this video off with an anecdote. It is wintertime in Nebraska, and in winter in Nebraska, wind chill can bring the temperature down to negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Considering most of our apartment wall is a big floor-ceiling window, which means, poor insulation, when it gets that cold, the heater oftentimes has trouble keeping up, and we are cold inside. Now, excessive cold is a pretty big trigger to us. I'm okay sharing that because I don't think that gives anyone necessarily power over me. It's hard to control temperatures and things, so I feel like that's safe to say. But being excessively cold or cold for a long amount of time really kind of shuts us down and puts us in a state of fear. We have a lot of coping skills to deal with flashbacks and anxiety and trauma, based fear. And so when it was very cold in the apartment and I was home alone, I, got a bunch of blankets and, tried to keep huddled in a ball, and I still felt cold despite that. But I just kept telling myself, get through it. It's gonna be okay. We're safe, we're this, we're that, doing all the coping skills to ground myself in the present like I would with any other trigger. Later, I'm talking to Andrew, my husband, and explaining that, I'm having a lot of anxiety because it is so cold, and he goes, well, why don't you just crank up the heater or start the fireplace? And I was baffled that I hadn't thought of that myself. Of course, when you are cold, you turn up the heat in whatever way you can, right? But my brain went into survival mode. And survival mode for me does not involve changing my circumstances. It involves enduring my circumstances. There are times when that is necessary, but there are also times where it isn't. For example, in a cold apartment, we have a fireplace. There isn't any reason at all why I wouldn't be able to just start the fireplace and feel warm. And that event led to me wanting to make this video. When I was a kid, I didn't have the power to change what was going on around me. In fact, if I tried to change my situation, it often made the situation even worse. My brain has kept that pattern of thinking so that when I am cold, the idea of changing the thermostat or starting the fireplace didn't even occur to me because my brain had already decided, no, we can't go that route. It will make things worse. But I'm an adult now. I live on my own. I'm safe. And it won't make things worse. It will definitively only make my situation better. This really made me examine other aspects of my life where I am unnecessarily enduring anything, and how I now have the power to, even if I can't make a grand change in my life, still change small things to accommodate myself better. If, for example, a coworker is saying something at work that really upsets me, I could keep my head down or politely laugh along, those low-key defense mechanisms that we obtain as abuse survivors that say, don't draw attention to yourself, keep the other person happy. Or I could say, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't talk about that around me. It's a very easy statement, and this coworker has no power over me. They cannot hurt me for saying that. And if they try, I can just go to my manager and say, hey, this person's trying to hurt me, maybe let's do something about that. I have autonomy and I have the ability to make my life better now. Even if I didn't have that before, and even if I had trained myself to believe that trying to make things better would have an adverse effect. I know this is a shorter video, but I also know that when I'm learning lessons in life, I am absolutely not the only person in the world who needed to learn those lessons. And so rather than, one of you dealing with something you don't necessarily have to just because it was ingrained in your brain that you did, I wanted to let you know, hey, go ahead and start that fireplace. Go ahead and set that boundary. It's okay now. The danger is past. You're grown. You're capable. You got this. And now I know that not every situation has an immediate fix. And there are some triggering situations that simply are uncontrollable. And that's where those coping skills come in, where you need to be able to endure. But there are so many areas of life where if you allow yourself to set a boundary or make a change, really just accommodate yourself and your comfort, you can. And your life will be just that much easier for it. I'm interested to know if you guys have gone through a similar experience where you were so ingrained in a way of thinking that you sort of didn't realize that you could better your environment and then came to an aha moment. Please share those stories in the comments below. Maybe your story will inspire somebody going through a similar situation who didn't realize that they could react in that way. Let's encourage one another. Let's build one another up. Let's make it possible for each other to live better lives because of our experiences. Before I sign off, I want to give a big thank you to Lily and Elizabeth and all of our patrons for supporting our channel and helping us have things like a lighting setup because it's dark and snowy outside right now and we can still film and have decent lighting. If you're interested in becoming a patron and supporting our channel, a link to our Patreon is in the description below. We have a load of fun incentives, including being able to suggest video topics and even a Discord and access to our own personal Snapchat. Also, I wanted to remind you guys about the Entitled to Life conference in San Francisco in November. Early bird pricing is almost up. It ends at the end of January, so make sure you check that out and follow us on Instagram and Twitter for updates regarding ticket giveaways and sponsorships. I hope you all have a very great day, and remember, you are loved, you are valuable, and you are valid. Bye!